The phenomenon of seeing faces in inanimate objects, known as pareidolia, is not a quirk of imagination, but a fundamental function of our visual processing system. Our brains are incredibly adept at pattern recognition, especially when it comes to social cues. This isn't a bug, it's a feature, finely tuned over evolutionary timescales to quickly identify potential threats or allies. From birth, humans are primed to detect faces, a survival mechanism rooted in the necessity of recognizing caregivers and understanding social dynamics. This innate drive is so powerful that even a minimal arrangement of features, two dots and a line, can trigger a face response in our visual cortex. The brain is constantly searching for familiar structures, and faces, being paramount for social interaction, are high on that priority list. It's a testament to the brain's efficiency, creating meaning from ambiguity rather than being bogged down by raw, unstructured sensory input. This tendency isn't unique to faces either. It extends to other complex patterns, like seeing animals in clouds or familiar shapes in Rorschach tests, all driven by the brain's relentless quest for order and recognition. At the heart of our brain's face-detecting prowess lies the fusiform face area, FFA, a specialized region within the temporal lobe. While not exclusively dedicated to faces, it plays a critical role in their rapid and accurate identification. When we perceive a face, whether real or imagined in an object, the FFA becomes highly active. This area's sensitivity is such that even ambiguous stimuli can trigger its response, leading to the perception of a face where none truly exists. It's a form of pattern-matching overdrive, where the brain prioritizes a face interpretation over other possibilities due to its evolutionary significance. This rapid processing is so ingrained that it can occur almost unconsciously, bypassing slower, more analytical pathways. The FFA doesn't just recognize faces. It's also involved in differentiating between similar objects within categories, like distinguishing various bird species for an ornithologist or car models for an enthusiast, suggesting a broader role in expert visual recognition. However, its most prominent and studied role remains the lightning-fast detection of faces, a mechanism that, while sometimes leading to pareidolia, is overwhelmingly beneficial for social cognition and survival. From an evolutionary perspective, pareidolia, or the tendency to see faces or patterns where none exist, is a beneficial false positive. It is far more advantageous for an early human to mistakenly identify a rock as a predator's face than to miss a genuine threat. This better safe than sorry approach meant that individuals with a highly sensitive face and pattern recognition system were more likely to survive and reproduce. The cost of a false positive, brief alarm, or misidentification is minimal compared to the cost of a false negative, which could be fatal. This constant vigilance is a prime example of how our cognitive biases are shaped by survival pressures. Our ancestors who quickly processed ambiguous shapes as potential threats, even if wrong, lived longer. It's a sophisticated neural shortcut that prioritizes speed over absolute accuracy, illustrating the practical, adaptive nature of cognitive functions that might otherwise seem like mere perceptual quirks. This inherent bias towards detecting animate features in the inanimate is a relic of our past, a highly effective, if sometimes amusing, survival strategy. Our brains, much like advanced neural networks, are constantly learning and refining their pattern recognition algorithms. From the moment we are born, we are bombarded with examples of faces, our parents, siblings, and others. This extensive training data strengthens the neural pathways responsible for face detection. The more exposure we have, the more finely tuned our internal models become, making us incredibly efficient at spotting faces even in the most abstract or incomplete forms. This constant exposure shapes our expectations and biases, leading our brains to preferentially interpret ambiguous visual information as a face. It's not just about seeing, it's about predicting based on past experience. Our visual system attempts to complete the picture using prior knowledge, filling in gaps to form a coherent percept. This predictive coding mechanism, where the brain actively anticipates and interprets sensory input, is a powerful tool. When the input is vague, the brain often defaults to the most socially significant pattern it knows, a face. This explains why we find faces in everything from electrical outlets to the surface of Mars, as our internal face detector works overtime, leveraging a lifetime of visual training. While pareidolia often manifests as seeing faces, its underlying mechanisms extend to a much broader range of phenomena. It's a fundamental aspect of how our brains construct meaning from chaos, finding order and familiarity in randomness. This ability is crucial for tasks far more complex than just identifying faces. It allows us to interpret complex visual scenes, read emotions from subtle cues, and even recognize objects from partial views. The same cognitive processes that make us see a smiley face in a car grill also enable us to quickly understand a friend's mood from a slight shift in their expression. This continuous search for patterns helps us navigate an unpredictable world, transforming raw sensory data into a coherent and understandable reality. Without this powerful pattern matching ability, our world would be a confusing jumble of undifferentiated inputs. So, the next time you see a face staring back at you from your breakfast toast, remember it's not just a trick of the light. It's a testament to the incredible, relentless, and occasionally overzealous efficiency of your brain, constantly working to make sense of everything around you, even if it means conjuring a smile where there isn't one.